Good evening, Battalion. It is me, Bread, here finally with that Q&A that I promised you what feels like so long ago. Some of these questions are so hilarious to me because they are definitely questions that you would ask somebody with a master's degree, which if you're looking at me, I definitely do not have a master's degree. Anyway, let's get right around to getting these questions answered. If you want to support my channel and all of my endeavors, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel to see my regular content more often. If you have any more questions that weren't answered in this video, comment them down below and I will 100% get to answering them. And I answer really quickly, like within an hour, I'm telling you. So comment down below some questions and I'll get them answered. Getting right gritty and dirty with it. No pun intended for this question. We have Bush Campa with the question, how does one acquire a 6'3" big booty goth girl who loves me and is willing to crush my head between her thighs? That is an interesting question, Bush Campa, but I think I have an answer for you. My one answer would to be bark at her, I'm telling you. And all seriousness, for some reason the big booty goth girls really like it when you're a sweetheart, so be a sweetheart to her, talk to her, give her a little out in the distance across the hallway. Next we have from Parker, we have what happened to the bread hat. And if you guys are not aware or didn't follow from me last year, when I started this channel, I had a bread hat. Look at this. I wore it every single time. Every single time I streamed, I wore this bread hat. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, flip. Yes. So I wore this bread hat every single time I streamed. I'll put it on for a second. This is where Bread Battalion kind of came from. Yeah, so I had a second pair of headphones that I would also wear on this. But if you guys would like me to start wearing this hat again, let me know in the comments. All right, next question we have from Clone Trooper Guy, in which he asks, how can you ensure affordable housing for all urban areas with rapidly increasing housing rates and lowering wages? This is an interesting question, and me being a random 19-year-old kid who doesn't own any property, I have no idea. On to the next question is also from Parker. It looks like he does have a few. He asks, what's the story behind the Bread Battalion name? It's story time. Story time with Bread Battalion. Here we go. The story behind Bread Battalion was back when I want to say I was 15 years old, so 4 or 5 years ago. Me and my friends, we were playing Rainbow Six Siege, and they just came out with a newcomer playlist meant for people level 20 and below. And we thought, how about, don't get me wrong, you guys are gonna hate this. Me and my friends said, what if we Smurf? Let's make Smurf accounts, and we'll be like a little gang, and we will go gang bang all of the level 1s to level 20s. It will be funny because they have no idea what they're doing, right? So we did that. We made the Bread Battalion. The Bread Battalion was the group we called ourselves. Everybody made a name. I was sourdough bread. I had a friend that was wheat bread, white bread, garlic bread. You get the gist. And so we had a little bread gang. And so that's where the idea of the Bread Battalion came up. And I thought it would be great to use it in my YouTube channel. And my nickname would be Bread. So I was Bread _ is what I thought. And then the battalion would be you guys. So I thought it would be a good way to kind of show that it's not just me as the YouTube channel, but rather the community is the YouTube channel itself as well. Next question is from Lobster. Lobster asks, when discussing engines, do you prefer the V8 for most modern cars or the V6? And of course, I'm going to say the V8. The V8 is it's one of the most popular. engines available. I mean, who doesn't love a V8? But personally, over the V8, I would prefer a 2JZ. 2JZ, swap a Supra, and holy cow, can you have a run for your money with any car available. It's amazing. I love it. Next question is from Mark. Kind of piggybacks off Lobster right here. He asks, can you please describe how to change the oil in my car? I've never personally changed my oil. I've always gone to Jiffy Lube to do it, but I know how to. So you're gonna raise your car a few inches using a little jackhammer, right? Is it a jack? A jack, yes. And you're going to, there's a little knob below your car, like where the fuel like tank is. Screw it off and the oil will start coming out. And so you have to have this little jug or whatever to catch the oil. Once you do that, then you close the lid back up and you put your new oil in and boom, you've got an oil change. It's that simple. Speak to your dad if you have one. If you don't have one, like my roommate, I apologize. Next question is from Frosted JJ Bot. He asks, what is the culmination of 9 and 10 speaking strictly in mathematical sense? I think the answer you're looking for is 21 because I'm cultured. At least as far as I know, I'm cultured. If you really want the real answer, that would be 19. But the real answer should be 21, if you get where I'm coming. Next, Krista Cool has an actual question, a relatable question. He asks, what's your favorite operators on defense and offense, and your least favorite operators on defense/offense in Rainbow Six Siege? My favorite operator on defense currently is Thorn. I love her primary weapon. It's amazing. For a long time, I mained Vigil on defense. And then a Rooney. If you look my earlier days, I did a Rooney a lot as well. On offense, my favorite has to be Ashe and Osa. I main Osa all the time because I'm really not that good at the game, and so I have to hide behind a shield to live. My least favorite operators on defense, at least to go against, I hate Clash and Warden so much. It's not the operator themselves, it's the people that play them. They're so annoying. Okay, Maestro is also high up on my list. That camera, I hate that camera so much. I hate it. On offense, Blitz is always a nightmare, but I have finessed him many times. I haven't played against I haven't played the new season yet, so I don't know how Deimos plays, but I heard he's terrifying. Next is from Parker again. He asks, what got you into YouTube? So, I mean, I've been wanting to do it for a long time, but me and my family are very literal people, and so we always look at the numbers. And when I first mentioned it to them, we kind of went through the numbers, and it's like, rate of success for people on YouTube is so low. It's like billion to none, billion to one. They're like, it's not even worth it to even like attempt to get big. But it's just something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to entertain people. Obviously, I don't think a lot of people find me entertaining, but I do it for my personal enjoyment as well. I love editing my videos, and I love watching my videos after I've edited them and just kind of laughing at them. Growing up, I've always said, man, these clips that we record on my Xbox would be so funny if it was a video. If we could have recorded our audio, would have been hilarious as a video. And so kind of like running through your Xbox clips at like 2 a.m. in the morning, just laughing your balls off of a clip you made like 3 years ago on your Xbox is just so many good memories that I wanted to kind of be able to add on top of that and share that to people. All right, next question is from Wolfington2591. He asks, how much storage do you have? I think he's specifically speaking on my Xbox from a TikTok I made like a month and a half ago. Showing I had like 120 games installed on my Xbox, which currently I think it's like 126 now. It's a lot. It's a few more. And to answer that question, my internal storage is like a terabyte because it's a Series X. So I have like a terabyte of storage internally. And then I have a 4 terabyte external hard drive connected to it. And I've had that for years. And, you know, with the Series X not being able to support hard drives anymore with games, I had to get some more storage because the new games were coming out and I couldn't put them on the external hard drive. In which I got a 2 terabyte external SSD for like the Xbox external SSDs. So I got one of those, 2 terabytes. So all in all, I have like 6 to 7 terabytes on my Xbox. On my PC, I just have a terabyte for my games and then 2 terabytes because I wasted money on like storage for recording videos. So 3 terabytes on my PC. Another one from Parker on top of the storage is, what is your setup for my PC? I've got a 2 monitor setup. I don't know how to move my camera. It's kind of stuck to my my monitor, but I've got a 2 monitor system. This one that my face cam is looking at, and this one to the side is where I record my gameplay. So I have my left monitor for like YouTube streams and recording and all that, and then this one for gameplay. I have a little speaker right here for my own personal enjoyment when I play games on my own, not streaming, as well as this Fifine microphone, Fifine, Fifine microphone. My specs for my PC are, I've got a NVIDIA 3060 and a Ryzen 3600X for my CPU. What else is in there? Oh, I got 16 gigabytes of RAM and that terabyte of storage and a Ducky keyboard. I don't know if you guys ever seen my keyboard before. I've got a Ducky keyboard right here. Yes. Ducky keyboard, and then a Logitech mouse. It is a work mouse, not a gaming mouse, but I'm fine with it. The thing I use my face cam, it is this brand. I still have the box right here. This is my face cam case. So if you want to get this, go ahead, purchase it. Last one from Parker. He asks, I see you playing random games all the time. So what game genre are you? I think he's referring to the fact that for most of the time I was recording Siege videos, and then I did some Lethal Company videos. I've got a Helldivers 2 video and a hand simulator video. So kind of random all over the place. At first I was Siege, because that's kind of just the game I was playing the most at the time. But I kind of started getting sick of that, and so I switched to Lethal Company for the clout. It didn't work, but it was really fun. I really did love playing Lethal Company. And so playing Lethal Company with my friends, I was like, let's do more games like this. Kind of just random genre, more focused on the people that I'm playing with rather than the gameplay, I guess. But that would still be enjoyable with people. So to that, I say my genre is honestly kind of anything that is playable with friends. So multiplayer games, I would say. I will say my biggest inspiration for like my YouTube style and like wanting to do YouTube is Smitty. Smitty is my all-time favorite YouTuber. He's so funny. I wish I was like him. I wish I played with him. Yeah. Next question is from Mark. Mark asks, do you think that the ancient rulers of Mesopotamia had justified ruling over their empires, or were they tyrants? Who's to say they were ever a tyrant, right? They were just living off the laws that they made that were kind of the social aspects at the time. You know what I mean? So were they tyrants? Nowadays, yes, maybe they were. Back then, that was just normal. Next question is from Cool Kid. He asks, what is the meaning of existence, contemplating our purpose, the nature of reality, morality, and the pursuit of knowledge in an ever-changing world? The meaning of existence is 42. All right, guys, it is a new day. I wanted to save these last two questions for another day because they're some interesting questions. So the second to last question is also from Clone Trooper Guy. He says, describe the concept of Gödel's incompleteness theorems and explain their significance in the field of mathematical logic. And I did a little bit of research on this, and from what I can tell, basically, to simplify terms, it's basically saying math cannot prove math. Yeah. All right. Next question is from Lagcot. He says, what editor and setup do you use? Like I said before, I use a dual monitor setup with 3060 graphics card and a 3600X Ryzen 5 CPU. Yeah, and then editor, I use DaVinci Resolve as my editor. I use the free version because I don't want to spend money on an editor yet. You know what I mean? This is the last question is from Cool Kid again. And he says, what are the potential implications of quantum entanglement on future communication technologies and cryptography? What? Bro, I don't even... Hold up. Let me grab my roommate. He's a pro in this. Hold up. Let me grab my roommate. Kyle! What? Come here. All right, guys. So, this camera. This is my roommate Kyle.
Hello.
He's gonna answer this question.
Oh, do I sit down?
Yeah, so just sit down.
Is it the bottom one?
Yes. What are the potential implications?
Implications. So you have to understand like the basis of quantum mechanics, which is like discovering really small things like electrons, neutrons, protons, that kind of thing. With that, electrons are really special, and it's like the basis of all of quantum mechanics is that you can only observe their position or their velocity, not both at the same time. It can only be one at the same time. And once you observe that, it's fixed and it can't change. Now with quantum entanglement, that's a phenomenon that happens when two electrons, no matter how you're observing them, sync up. That's called quantum entanglement. It's when two things kind of get matched up and then stay in sync.
Right.
Now, with cryptography and communication technologies, it mostly is based on the communication technologies because cryptography is more computer-based and that just happens to do with speed and things. Communication technologies has actually already happened. We've done this. I'm not kidding. Like, this is an actual theory. You can look it up. They have a whole like TED Ed thing on it. What they're able to do is take the information that they gather from one set of data, or electrons in this case, is really the only thing they've been able to do it on at this point. They take the data from that and are able to force a bunch of electrons in another area to sync up with those.
Okay.
And so, like I said, with quantum entanglement, those don't change until something forces them to change. So now you have two identical sets of electrons in two separate areas. So that technology can sync up instantly. As soon as you change something over here, it changes over there.
Instant Wi-Fi.
Instantaneous.
That is amazing. That is all the questions I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, then drop the like again and subscribe. See you guys next week. Should be a Helldivers video next week. That will be with my roommates. They got high, so if you want to see that experience of me playing with my high roommates, go ahead.